Good morning, this is Mr. Feeney coming to you for a lesson about TuitionFit. We're announcing a brand new platform for you. This lesson is targeted at seniors. If you're a sophomore or a junior trying to figure out how to use TuitionFit, there's going to be a separate training for this at a later date. So really excited about TuitionFit. This is a brand new platform across the nation, and I think we can really use it to our advantage as you are trying to figure out which schools to attend, which schools, in some cases, even still to apply to, and whether or not you can afford it. And so as it's built into the title of it, TuitionFit, you're looking for a school that is a good fit for you based on how much you can afford to pay for school. If you notice, a lot of times when you go through the whole college process, there's a lot of uncertainty. Okay, you're saying like, okay, which schools can I get into? And then once I get into, how much is it going to cost? Because I know the sticker price, but not my financial aid award. And then lastly, once I get to that point, can I even afford what that cost is? Can my family afford what that is? And that's a really tough spot for a lot of families to be in. And so that's what TuitionFit, how that comes in and helps us out. TuitionFit is essentially a financial aid marketplace where you can start to peek behind the curtain of a lot of the cost of colleges before you commit to a particular school. As most students will go through the process, sophomore and junior year, they'll say, okay, I'm looking for a particular size campus in a particular location. I want this type of major, and then maybe I want to be able to go abroad or play a sport. And they don't really think about finances until about now, spring of senior year, when they say, wait, I've gotten all those things. It turns out finances is mattering a lot more than I initially thought. And until now, we really haven't had a tool to help kind of mitigate that. And in this case now, though, we have tuitionfit.org, and I'm really excited to teach you a little bit about it today, and then following this, teach you how to set up an account and get moving and learn more about how to pay for college. So if you're like most second semester seniors, you're getting financial aid awards and you're realizing that you're not in love with them. A lot of them include a lot of loans. So maybe you say, okay, I've got a financial aid award of $20,000, but $5,000 of that is in a student loan, another $5,000 is in a parent loan, $1,500 is in work study. This isn't really actually helping me, okay? This isn't really financial aid. It's just you're giving me access to loans. I don't need that part. But you feel kind of stuck because you've only applied to a certain number of schools, and you're left with, let's say, you got some admissions letters, you're excited about that, that's awesome, congratulations. But then now you have 6 financial aid award letters that aren't really that helpful. So you have 3 main options. One of them, and this is what a lot of families do, is they say, you know what, I'm just going to kind of take the least painful of the awards. I'm going to say, all right, I'll take the school that is going to cost us the least, but we probably still can't afford it, okay, or at least reasonably afford it. And unfortunately, the families who make that decision find themselves in a really bad way in some cases years later. Earlier this year, you guys saw the beginning of the documentary Broke, Busted, and Disgusted. And that's based on this whole student loan crisis, right? $1.6 trillion at the time of this recording in student loan debt, and that doesn't even count what we're looking at for parent debt. So it's a tough option, and that's one of the reasons the founder of TuitionFit started the platform, because he said there's got to be a better way for this, right? But this is the way that most people take, is just say, I'll take the least bad option. Second one is, you can ask the financial aid office for more money. Most people don't realize that, actually, that you can appeal your aid award. But unless your family situation has really changed, maybe some hardship, something different, a loss of a job or whatever, that a financial aid office won't listen to your request for more money unless you have a better offer from a comparable school. Okay, and that's a whole strategy in and of itself. But often, if you're taking the least of the painful options for paying for school from the most generous, you don't have something else to compare it to. The third option then is to continue your search, which is kind of exhausting for a lot of students, and say, all right, well, I guess I'll just strike out and try to find some other schools and hope that they're more affordable, all right? But the problem there is, well, how do you go about doing that, and how do you end up not in the same exact place where you are right now? And that's where TuitionFit comes in. So how does TuitionFit help me pay less for college? In a couple different ways. What you're able to do effectively is you're able to connect with colleges, some right in our neighborhood, some, they're all over the country. This is a national program, and they're able to tell you, based on your financial aid award letter, how much they'll be able to offer you. And in many cases, it's tens of thousands of dollars less over the 4 years. What's interesting about this and what I like about this so much is this helps you treat college just like you do pretty much any other purchasing decision. It says, wait, I cost compare on everything else, right? I want to know, like I'm about to book a vacation, I want to know the cheapest place to stay. I want to book a flight. I want to buy a gift for my friend. I check, a couple different sites to see, what's available to me. All this does is treats college the same way and says you can get a great degree from a 4-year school. And what if you cost compared first? And TuitionFit allows you to do that. All you have to do, and you're going to do this in just a minute. I'm going to teach you how to do it. All you have to do is to create a free account, okay? And you upload a financial aid letter. This doesn't have to be the formal letter you got. It can be a screenshot from your portal. It can be a picture of that letter. You just upload that. You need your family's expected family contribution, which you can get from FAFSA.gov. Really easy to get. It's just a number from that your EFC that the FAFSA cranks out. And then an SAT or ACT score if you have one. That's all you need. Okay? So I'm going to teach you in just a second how to do this. You create an account at tuitionfit.org. You put the information in, and then right away you can see awards that were given to comparable students from the schools that use TuitionFit, from the colleges and universities that use TuitionFit. They can tell you right away, hey, a kid like you, roughly the same SAT score, roughly the same EFC, here's where we can beat your offer effectively. And right away, now you've got more options than maybe you thought you had before. One of the questions a lot of students ask is, isn't it too late for seniors to be able to use TuitionFit? And it's not. What's really great about this is a couple different things. One, you got to realize that colleges have their projected, proposed, recommended deadlines. May 1st is a big one that looms. But guess what? If you're watching this before May 1st, you've got time. And you're able to say, okay, I've got a couple of months just to see. The other part that's really great about this is that the schools who use TuitionFit, they are effectively saying if they're on that list and if they connect with you to say, hey, we can beat this offer, they're in that reach out or just in being there, they're saying that they're going to be able to admit you as well, even though it's past a January 1 or a November 1 deadline. You still have time for this. The National Association of College Admissions Counselors, NACAC, came out with a report 2 years ago, and they noted that more than 50% of schools in the country were under-enrolled, meaning they want you, right? They're not meeting their targets. And so you'll see this sometimes. This is exactly where you can step in and say, I'm still on the market. May 1st hasn't come yet, and I'm still willing to talk about price and find better colleges. TuitionFit is a perfect tool to help you do that. The other question that a lot of students have is, what if I like my college, right? Like I don't love the letter I got. I wish I could, whittle that financial aid award down or the price down so I had more free money for college. But I still want to go to that's my top school. Well, TuitionFit helps you by creating leverage. As we said, one of the options is going back to your financial aid office and saying, I'd like more money. And they say, no. And you say, all right, well, I've got this letter from another school, and this school says they'll give me $5,000 more per year. Now, can you match that or can you get closer to that? And a lot of schools, financial aid officers are willing to kind of go back, to use the metaphor of buying a car, they go back and talk to their manager and say, all right, we can give you $3,000 more per year. So even if you like the college that you're currently going, or decided on, but you want to get more financial aid, TuitionFit allows you to do that. Okay, so it's a really cool, really easy to use platform, and I think you're going to find the information that you get, again, pulls back the curtain on the costs of college. It levels the playing field for families, because oftentimes families don't know about this until it's too late to do anything. There's still time. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a couple things following this lesson, but the first one I want you to focus in on is just go to tuitionfit.org, and you can do it on your phone or on your Chromebook. Click the Join for Free button, and then the next screen you're going to get to, you're going to see the start process is email. You're going to create a password, and then I've highlighted the red box there, the check box, which just says I've read and agreed to the account agreement and so on. Obviously, you're not going to read all those things, although your parents might tell you they should. The big part for me that I wanted to make sure of before we got to this, bringing TuitionFit and introducing you to TuitionFit, the biggest part I wanted to make sure you got was the fact that the privacy policy is there. They're very adamant about the fact that your information is your own. The financial aid award letter you upload, all your personal information gets redacted. You approve that even before entering the marketplace. So just so you know, your information your privacy is very important to us. We want to make sure that you know that these guys are above board in terms of not selling your information or anything else. And that's actually in response to what a lot of people don't know is how much College Board makes per student on selling your information. So we're on the other side of that with TuitionFit, making sure that your information is protected. Okay, so go ahead and hop on tuitionfit.org and create a free account. If you have any questions, you can see your counselor or Mr. Brett in the College and Career Center. And you'll be able to use that as early as today if you have that information available. Good luck with this. Get on tuitionfit.org and start leveling the playing field for your college decisions so that way you can get a great degree for less. See you around.